Hi, my name is April R, and I was introduced to the founder of Women's Empowerment Ride, Angela Walls, by a colleague of mine as I was going through a grieving process. And at first I was a bit hesitant. I didn't want to call a stranger. I wasn't sure why I was calling. However, I trusted my friend. I knew that she cared about me and knew something that I didn't know about Angela Walls. And I found upon that first conversation a woman who had been through her own set of circumstances in her life and really wanted to give back the healing that she had in her experience. And I just latched on very quickly. I did that in spite of many fears. I hadn't ridden a bike since I was 15, probably about 30 years before. I didn't own a bike. I didn't own bike gear. I certainly wasn't interested in taking a bunch of time off of work for training and trips, etc. However, as I considered those concerns, I also looked at those and thought about, well, what if those could be reasons that I would go on this adventure? And that's exactly what I found was an adventure. I was able to really incorporate the training and the trips into my life as I was during kind of normal life. I realized that sometimes I would wake up in the morning ready to conquer the day and go to work, and then every once in a while something would happen. Maybe someone would say something or something would come up that would trigger, and I would have a meltdown. The ugly cry. Yes, at work, right? Not a good place to have that happen. And it was a lot to manage my own emotion as well as those around me that were wanting to support me at that time. However, by incorporating the Women's Empowerment Ride, I found a community of people that were also going through their own part of their circumstances. And because I could break down or I could talk about it, sometimes I found I really didn't need to. And so it was a way to allow myself, again, to go through that process, but I believe healthier and even faster, because I wasn't fighting it so much. I was just kind of letting things happen. So that was really a big takeaway. And the fun part about it was I did get to go on some adventures. I had wanted to own and ride a mountain bike for a long time, a couple of decades. So I finally got to do that. I went out to Moab with the inaugural Women's Empowerment Ride, and I learned how to pitch a tent. I didn't take a bath for about 4 or 5 days. I rode a bike around the White Rim Trail. A lot of great adventures that I had never done before and I always wanted to. I was also very gifted to be able to go back with Women's Empowerment Ride on another trip, and that was in Europe. We went across the Transalps, so Germany, Austria, and Italy, and that was quite an adventure. I'd always want to do something like that as well. So I just wanted to encourage you, if you're watching this video, it may be you, it may be a woman that you've thought of as you heard my story, but I encourage you to share this and allow either yourself or that woman that you're thinking of to take a step and learn more about Women's Empowerment Ride and see if it is for you. It was one of the greatest adventures of my life. You can check out more at Women's Empowerment Ride website, which is WEMPOWERIDE.com. Thanks again.